Welcome back, everyone. It is I, the Oscar-nominated the a-hole who is sometimes sort of a troll, and today we're talking about, of course, if you didn't know, where have you been? The big leak in regards to movie news today, and that was the Star Wars Episode 9 supposed official poster was leaked out today. It's a pretty big deal. Everyone's talking about it. I mean, I've seen videos pop up about it 1,000 times. Everyone's like, oh, is it real? Is it not? I think that it is real. It's kind of obvious. I mean, I've never seen any of them wearing those same clothes or them in those same poses. And it's kind of obvious that it's, new. It's not, and it doesn't look faked, like it doesn't look like a cartoon or a drawing. It looks like real people. It's expertly done. So what I think it is, number one, is that I think it is that the reason why Star Wars or Lucasfilm leaked this, and yes, I mean that, I think Lucasfilm leaked this out to the public. There has been a history in the past, especially in regards to like Solo, ever since the backlash of The Last Jedi, where they have leaked things out to see what the public perception of it is. As much as they try to go on Twitter and talk about how much they don't care about the fans' opinions, it's pretty damn obvious they care about their fans' opinions. They like acting like they're dicks, which I don't know why, but then in secret being like, okay, we actually care. So it's like, why can't you just act like you care? Idiots, I swear. They're all a bunch of 30, 40-year-old people who act like they're, in the middle of middle school, like they're in middle school or high school, and with a bunch of freaking dramas. Like, grow up. Anyways, so it seems as though, obviously, that they have released this image for one thing only, is to gauge public reaction to see if the fans are going to say what they like about it, what they don't like about it, if they think it's too much, if they think it's not good, if they think the quality is not good. Because from what a lot of the articles that I've read and the videos I've watched, it's been said that these are not, like the stormtroopers at the bottom, the red ones, they're not the official, actual troopers that we'll be seeing in the poster, supposedly, from the leak. The Knights of Ren are in it. That's pretty cool. Kylo Ren's wearing his mask. Rey's wearing a white suit now. I guess it's a different suit than the one she had before. And there's a lot of weird space aliens. C-3PO's holding a crossbow, which I don't understand why. And Chewbacca's just standing there like, I don't give a fuck, And then there's like two other whammons, because you gotta have the whammon. And Poe and Finn and a bunch of starfighters. So what I think about this, as soon as I saw it, I'll tell you right now, I got home, I sat down and I turned on YouTube and I saw all this news. Episode 9 leak poster, and I thought, this is probably some fake, stupid poster. It's probably like a half a helmet and like maybe a word or two, and everyone's flipping out. And then I click on the video, I'm like, oh damn, that's an actual real poster. It's like the whole thing, like the real thing. And I looked at it, and the first thing I thought to myself was like, damn, this thing looks so sick. And then the more I looked at it, the more I started going, well, I don't like that part, and I don't like that part, and I don't like that part, and I don't like that part. Overall, I think the Rey and Kylo part looked pretty cool, and of course the Knights of Ren and the I always want to say Imperial Stormtroopers, the First Order troopers. They look pretty cool. Looking at it, do I feel hope? I'm like, yeah, I want to go see this movie? No, not in the least, not in the slightest. I don't want to go see this movie. Does it make me say I want to totally boycott it, though? No, not that either. But it does make me pique my interest. It makes me go, I wonder what they got planned. I wonder what's going to go on, what's going to happen on the trailer. That's going to be looking interesting. I'm also very excited to see what the title of it is going to be. That'll be very interesting as well. But probably the saddest thing about it all is that when I look at that poster, I see the possibility of what could have been. I see like in another alternate timeline or another parallel universe where The Last Jedi didn't suck and it was actually like a pretty darn good film with lore building and big reveals and such, I could look at that poster and go, man, I'd be so excited in that parallel universe. And a part of me, like the inner part of me, and I'm sure many of you have felt this as well, that inner part of you, that Star Wars part of you, whether you're an original onlyist, that sounds so religious, an original trilogy, like onlyist, like someone who only likes the original, or if you're like me and you love the prequels as well as the originals, you know that deep down in your heart as a kid, you want to love this movie. You like look at it and you're like, oh, that kind of looks like Star Wars though, and you have that little bit of childish boyish charm, and you hear that question, and you hear that question just like I do. What if they get it right? What if the characters aren't as bad or bland or boring as as they have been in the past 2 films? What if Kylo's like a really mean, strong villain with dark depth and character? What if Daisy Ridley's Rey actually fails in this movie and she gets back up and she fights her way through? What if those questions run through your mind and you're like, what if? But then you have to realize the reality of the situation, which is it's too late for what ifs. I think that the most likely scenario that we can possibly ever enjoy episode 9 in any way, shape, or form is if the movie is semi-good or pretty good. The least we can do is at least just take it as a singular solo film rather than like a duology, like a duo film, like episode 7 and episode 9, and just not care about 8. Because we just, if you keep it as a trilogy, it's just an absolute piece of dog shit waste of a film franchise. I'm pretty sure most of you would agree with me on that. And if you don't, that's cool. I don't care. Do what you want to do, believe what you want to believe. But, I have that feeling in my heart. I'm like, this could be good, and this looks really cool. I like the costumes, and I like the helmets, and I like the troopers, and I like the Knights of Ren returning, and I like the possibility, like, what if they build on lore? What if they introduce, like, Old Republic themes? What if there's prequel stuff? I'm a huge prequel fan. Episode 3 was the first Star Wars film I saw, and it is my favorite Star Wars film. What if they bring back Hayden Christensen? Or, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi? What if they did that? What if they brought those back? What if, I love Natalie Portman as Padme. What if they brought back Natalie Portman as Padme? I'd be flipping out. I'd love it. Of course, there is some things in this poster that have been missing, and I think we need to address it. And that would, of course, be Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian are not in the poster. And I think that's the reason why I would think that this is not the complete and finished poster, is you're going to have Lando and you're going to have Luke Skywalker in there. Those are their 2 biggest selling points, Luke Skywalker and Lando Calrissian. That's why everyone wants to go see it anyways. Not because of Rey, not because of Kylo. We don't care. We could care less about that. We would like to be able to care about it, but because of The Last Jedi, I don't care anymore. It's stupid, it's dumb, it's idiotic, it's ridiculous. Why do I care about the characters? I don't. So everyone cares about Lando and Luke, and they're not on the poster. So obviously this is not the complete and finalized poster. I would be very surprised if it was. And I think that it's just, a leaked image, like kind of like their first draft, and they want to get edit back from the audience of what is missing, what they don't like, because they want to give them what they want. And if I'm wrong, then it just proves that Lucasfilm's a dick company, and they just don't give a fuck. They don't care about what the fans want. Anyways, what else about the poster? There's a lot about the poster. But we'll be seeing a lot more. Star Wars Celebration, I believe, is in 2 weeks or less than 2 weeks, which means we'll probably get a trailer in about 2 weeks or less, which I'm very excited to be talking about. I'm very excited to be talking about Star Wars again. I know a lot of you maybe have subscribed because of the MCU stuff. I like the MCU. I really enjoy the MCU. And yes, I do think we need to purge the SJW stuff from it. And of course, we'll always go back to it because, Endgame's coming up real soon too. But Star Wars, for me, is so much more important. It was the biggest IP before Marvel came along, and it was still the biggest IP until The Last Jedi, which totally ruined it and ruined the fan base forever. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to keep our ear to the ground and keep our eyes open to what they will release next. Yeah, so tell me what you guys and gals think about the new poster. What did you like? What did you not like? Personally, I think 2 things should have been added. Actually, I think a couple things should have been added. If you're going to introduce the prequel stuff, I think Darth Jar Jar should have been in there. Come on, Darth Jar Jar. General Grievous, or like armies of General Grievuses, that would be so cool. Or at least a droid army, like go back to Geonosis. And like a clone army for like the Resistance or whatever they're being called. That's the only way I can think of for them to have an army again, is for them to go back to the Camino and get like a whole new army of clone troopers. Like, and that would tie in with the prequels, and that'd be kind of cool to see the clones come back, and like the guy who plays Jango Fett to come back. He was an Aquaman, and I was like, oh, dude, Jango Fett. Anyways, tell me what you guys think. Like the video if you liked it, and if you didn't, oh well. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you have a fantastic rest of your day.